See what happens when we pull the free spool lever on this thing. Well, that didn't go as planned. It's stuck. Still made a big crash though. Started by pulling the pulley down. One that runs the cable here. If you remember in the previous video, showed you that. And it was crammed with chain in it. And all I gotta say is what the effing swear word. Like, is, like, that's just, oh my god. It's so good. It's just so good. It's like all the good. It's just, oh man. I'm gonna have to drill out what's left of the bolt, I think, and get a new pulley. Like, geez. I don't even know if I can get that chain out of here. Holy crap. Remove those stupid little toolboxes off the side. They're not really in use for me. And apparently, at one point this record deck was red. A lot of red paint in here. Or maybe had red primer or something, I don't know. I think that's roughly where I want to cut it. The bottom of the tape. Yeah. You'll see my leaf spring shackles. As you can see, they're a fair bit down there, but I don't really care. I'd rather hit that than get hung up on this. So that gets rid of all that rust. Gets rid of a little bit of weight. I put this girl on a little bit of a diet. Trimmed off the back there. I'm gonna cut around that stupid little trailer hitch knob. So I'll have to, once I get my welder working and full of gas, I'll have to patch that up a little bit. And then got some 1/2 inch round bar sitting at work. So when I go back to work, I'll get that, get some measurements, cut it all out, weld it all along. It's got a nice little lip, but that's just a little bit of difference in the corner here. So if I'm flexing up on the trail or something, it won't catch as badly. Got her all shimmed up where I want her. Moved it back a little bit. It's now sitting on that cross member. I've notched it out. This gap is just a little over 2 inches now. It's 2 3/8 on this side and 2 1/8 on that side. But I measure this thing's nowhere close to being square. So how this is, I'd have to go the passenger side back and driver's side forwards. But the way I measured it, back of the frame over there is 1/4 inch farther that way than on the other side, so back end would have to go that way, making that even worse. The front's fairly even, so I'm just going to call it good. Now I'm going to work on the wheel well. Figured out my center line using a chalk line as a plumb bob, and that's roughly where I need to go to make it even. And I don't like mixed mesh wheel wells, so I had a spare fender, drew it out on the cardboard here and cut it out and put that up against here and try to mimic the proper wheel well shape. Got my cardboard wheel well all cut out. It was a couple inches shorter, which is fine if it's a little bigger on the back, so I just kind of extended a little bit. Alright, got the general shape here. Make it better with tape, and then start cutting, I guess. And then I'll template it, flip it around to the other side. Well, there we go. I'm fairly happy with that. It's not perfect, and it's not going to be after I cut it, but this ain't no show truck, so as long as it looks half decent, I'm happy. Now the wheel well's cut out. It's looking alright. Still doesn't look perfectly center. Or maybe, it'd be hard to tell until it gets out of into the sun, out in the alley where I can look at it directly from the side. But either way, it looks better. Still keeps the OVS shape somewhat. Almost looks like I should angle this one a little bit more. Gonna clean it up in here a little bit with a grinder. Get the corners round. And while I had the grinder out, try to grind this down, but it's actually the only thing that they seem to weld really well. So it actually penetrated in, so it looks like I have to drill it out. There's a nice center mark there. So. Okay, let's update the to-do. Still haven't done. Done. Still haven't done. Working on that right now. Best arrow ever. Done. Okay, now we gotta move on to record deck. So let's start a new thing. Well, here we go. It's a long list. Not gonna go through all of it right now, but most important one, wheelies. Okay, so here's the old solenoids. The old mounting plate, the box cover. As you can see there, they've all seen better days. Even the repair on this has seen better days. So I think I'm just gonna start fresh. Here's my new solenoids. I'm gonna make the mounting plate a lot bigger, and then when I get to go back to work, I have access to a vacuum former, so I'll make a mold for a nice plastic cover. For now it'll be just exposed, but I'm going to make a bigger plate, mount it to the truck, mount these to it so I can get going on getting the winch working. Got my holes all drilled out. There's the two mounting holes. There's all the holes for the solenoids. I am going to use self-tappers, but I still like to drill them out a little bit first. I can't find my proper end for this to go into the drill, so we're going to make our own tool. Here's the right size socket on an extension. Now the extension already has a broken piece in here, so the extension's no good. It's actually the wife's extension. She wasn't too happy about that, but so I ordered an extension. If my drill was big enough, I could put it in just like that, but it's not, so chop saw time. Oh no, I cut off the wrong end. Just kidding. Well, let's see how this works. Like butter. There she is, all mounted down. Just got the plug kind of quickly wired on. Just for now. Gonna go hook this up on the truck. See if I got some hardware to do it. And then try to find a battery. all wired up, mounted nice and solid. Okay, let's go get a battery. Now, can you tell the Suburban's been sitting a while again? It's frozen right into the ground, and the battery's dead. Good thing we got this. I got it running for a while. Charge up the battery, got it out. Even tried to climb out of the ice, but those mud tires, even in full-wheel drive, she didn't want to. I mean, I didn't try too hard. I got my truck parked in front of it and roommate's truck parked behind it. Alright, got it all hooked up to the battery and just couldn't get anything out of it. Not out of this, not even manually touching the wires, not even touching this to a bunch of the solenoids. Tried touching this straight to the terminals on the starter motor, whatever you want to call it. Two of them did nothing, one of them sparked like hell but didn't do anything. So, not sure. I didn't know what I was doing with the wiring to begin with. I just matched what was already here. So I don't know where to go from here with the wiring. So from quite a few videos ago, I used that tub of cookies to clean my pistons. It's still here. So after doing some Googling, some YouTubing, and talking to a lot of nice people on Facebook, on an awesome group called Vintage Wreckers, turns out I couldn't just copy my old solenoids. They're a different kind of solenoid because they're older. It turns out I have to ground all these here, which I don't know anything about solenoids or wiring, so more you know, I guess. So I guess I'll do all that. In the meantime, somebody gave me a wiring diagram on how to just test the winch itself. And look at that, she works. Although I tried the reverse way to get it to go out, and sparks like hell on me. Okay, so yes, it turned out the problem is I did not ground these on the second prong, which probably 99% of the people who see this video will tell me, duh, but yeah, that's the whole point of learning. I think I need a new controller. It goes out, but it doesn't go on the controller. But if I tap the wires together, it does. Trying to do this one-handed. Going in. So winch works. Woo! So it is still fucking. Sorry for the vulgar language in my video. I'm gonna try to cut back on that, and when I do swear, I'm gonna bleep it out. Words like fucking stuff like that. Wife update. She actually made it through 4 seasons into the 5th season of Lost in week and a half, and then she gave up on it. We ended up watching Making a Murderer and Tiger King. Yeah, I didn't think she'd make it that far.